Michelle.
Good morning, Curtis. How are you this nice, hot Saturday?
I am doing really well, but not as well as you because I understand you finally took some vacation time.
Yes, I finally did, and I'm recording this from a hotel room, but I'm on my way home, and we'll be home today, actually. And yeah, I finally did. I got away to see my sister's housewarming. It's her first detached home, and she was so excited, and it was a surprise, so she didn't know I was coming. And so I had a great time, got to visit family, first time, and yeah, 3 years or a little longer. Yeah,
It's been a while. I mean, as
yeah.
long as we've been doing the show, I can't really remember you taking a vacation, but maybe I just have a short memory. I don't know.
Well, because you and I are workaholics, Curtis.
I've been
We don't
accused
take
of
time
that
off.
before, but thankfully my wife makes me take some vacation time.
Yeah, well, you know what? Some people don't need as much vacation as others, and thank goodness for our spouses and your wife for making that happen because you know what? Loved ones need us. We need to just sometimes put work aside and focus on them.
This is very true, and that's something that I'm very fortunate at because you are right. I would probably just, keep working, keep working, keep working. I was, notorious when I was younger working in radio to just, oh, you haven't taken any vacation time this year. I haven't, and it's December. Like
I know. Well, don't get me wrong. It is really good to work hard. I mean, get it done, and that's makes success, right? You got to put the hours in, and that's why you're so successful. And but you do have to take some time off. So it's been fantastic, but I'm so excited. I'm so energetic to come home, and that's the other thing vacations do. They really energize you to really focus and renew your energy. And I get to celebrate my birthday this weekend.
oh, right. It's your 29 against birthday.
That's right. I had a golf cart, number 29. That's why I chose the golf cart. And 29 forever. Yep, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's good. I knew your birthday was coming up. I just can't remember the exact date, but okay, there we go.
And Richard and I are celebrating our, catch this, 24th wedding anniversary.
Man, next year's the big one. Next year,
Monday.
next year's the
Yeah.
silver anniversary.
Is that what it is? I was wondering. I was just thinking of that yesterday.
I
What
think
is
isn't yeah,
it?
25 is silver, I think. Although for you putting up with Richard, it should be a lot higher, like titanium or something.
Titanium. Oh, I like that. That's so funny. I know 24 years goes by really fast.
Yeah, me and Kelly we just hit 22. We're just a couple years behind you.
Oh man. Remember when we were 22 and 24? Like then you think of 24 years and 22 years married and then well, we did get married young though. We did.
Well, we weren't that young. We were youngish, but yeah, the scary thing, if you really want to get down to it and you want to feel old, I have a kid that's turning 20 next month.
Oh, wow. Really? You had him when you were two?
Exactly. Yeah. No. Yeah. Dylan is gonna. I don't know how, but Dylan somehow is now going to be 20, and that's just weird. I won't be able to say I have three teenagers in the house. It'll be two teenagers and a Dylan.
It goes by so quick. You blink and boom, life's. So that's why too it's important to go on vacation.
That's right.
Going back to that.
Like the Kenny
But
Chesney song says, "Don't blink."
oh, and yeah, exactly. Just don't, be one of the like eyes wide open kind of people.
And of course, that kind of leads into some of our topics here this weekend because things do happen in a hurry and progress happens, and there's a whole lot of building apparently going to be going on here in the Fraser Valley in the coming months and years, all getting like approvals and stuff in the last few days.
Yes, and I know you had actually mentioned this, that you go, Michelle, let's talk about this proposal that's been filed in Abbotsford for the tallest building at 31 stories. And I think, yeah, we need to talk about it. There's a lot of development happening in our area. And so one of the big ones is the tallest building in Abbotsford has been proposed. And it's located on Garden Street across from Canadian Tire. You know that location very well, Curtis.
I do. I know it well. It's just down the road, and I know that there's a bunch of buildings there. There's the car lot there and stuff like that on that little area. Now I don't know the exact footprint of where they want to put the building, but it's interesting that because they do want to do all this development around Seven Oaks Shopping Center as well in the coming years for more urban density and things like that. And this is just not too far from all that. So kind of showing what our community could look like in the next 5-10 years.
There is the 200K plan for around the mall and such. And the site actually for this proposed 31-story mixed-use building, so commercial and residential, is actually on the former location of where Auto Mind Collision Repair was. So that's where they're proposing to put it, or that's where they want to put it. And the project actually, Joe, it does require rezoning from the service commercial zone to a new comprehensive development zone. So all that has to go in, but it has been proposed. And I know a lot of people are pro development and density, and we are going to see a huge population growth. So it is important to bring more homes in, and so that's a good thing. So according to the application from David Eaton, architect, who's done it, is the development would have 262 living units. So that's how many more homes we get, with 859 square feet of commercial space and a 473 square foot daycare. And I know we all use more daycare in the areas too. So we'll see what that happens. Abbotsford's current tallest building, though, in case you don't know, is the 26-story mahogany tower on Gladwin Road near Mill Lake. You probably would have guessed that.
Yeah, that is the tall one. You can see that one from all over Abbotsford. You look, oh, there's the mahogany building. You know where Mill Lake is now because you can see the building.
Exactly. Yeah, I have a few clients in there, and that was completed in 2018. So it's pretty much one of the newest ones too. So if this next one is approved at 31 stories, I just wonder, how much higher can they and will they go? Will we be the next Vancouver City? Well, we are. Abbotsford, country in the city in the country.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know we only have so much land, and we're going to have to start building up, and affordability. People, even though prices are coming down a smidge, it's still a lot of money to live in Vancouver. What was something in the news the other day that to buy a house in Vancouver right now, you have to be making like $200K a year.
Wow. Yeah, and that's a lot. That's not a couple pennies worth, right?
No, that's a good job.
Yeah. The project actually was approved by a 5-4 council vote. So it looks pretty promising. So applications can take months though, and sometimes years. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll watch the progress of it. Another development we wanted to talk about, and this is one that you brought up too, Curtis, is the Cooper Farm development.
Well, that one's such a big part of, the Cooper Farm has been such a big part of the community in that big red barn for so long. And I know that the people are very passionate about this one. A lot of people don't want to see this developed. And I understand their concerns. But at the same time, again, I mean, it's a big chunk of farmland in the middle of the community. And how sustainable is that?
You know what, though? It was approved unanimously by Abbotsford Council.
It was this week, yes, because they know there's a need for more housing in this community.
Yeah, so they approved the plan to develop it 63 acres. So a 63-acre farm right in the heart of Abbotsford. And it was just iconic. Everyone knows the red farm, like you said, and those green hills. And it was beautiful, but, it was the perfect place to develop. So there's a critical shortage of housing in Abbotsford, and that's what drove council's decision to approve the development. And yeah.
Well, the other thing about that one too is from my understanding from reading about it is that the woman that owned the property till she was 91, and she passed away. She actually had a say in some of the plans for this development, and if you're helping, carry on that person's wishes, then how can you really, go against it?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So while she was living, of course, it was what it was, but it's 63 acres right off McCallum Road. And So Mayor Henry Braun spoke before voting, and all said it was the lack of housing, not just in Abbotsford, but the wider region, that drove their decision. So really, we all need roofs over our heads and affordable homes. And so with that, housing shortage and prices, we need more of it. So that's going to be a good thing.
But now,
at the end of the day,
as a real estate expert, now how is this going to affect, say, like the infrastructure in that area? Like the roads are going to need to be widened and worked on. I mean, there's going to need are the schools big enough? There's a lot of questions, I guess, that come into play with these kind of things. And so now, if people start to come to you, once they're starting to build and they say, I'm interested in these places, do you have to go and kind of do a lot of research on these kind of things?
actually, the city development, although city planning department, they do such an amazing job, and they've known for a long time that this was going to come up eventually. So they were already making plans long before this came up for approval. They have almost 18 acres of the 63 is going to be dedicated to the city's parkland. So that includes an improved Discovery Trail alignment, 2 dog parks, and walking trails. It's going to be really beautiful. So it's just not going to be a bunch of block housing. It's going to look really nice.
Very cool. Interesting. It'll be interesting to watch that all play out in the next I guess probably 3-4 years. I guess we'll see how long it takes them to get that all done.
Probably longer than that.
Well, they got to get all the building permits and all that fun stuff, right?
Exactly. It takes a while for these things to move forward, but I know that Abbotsford is wanting it to move forward, and so hopefully it'll come along. There won't be a lot of red tape. They're considering 40 townhomes to be in the vision of the development, so a mixed type of development. So it'll be good.
All righty. Well, the big thing I think that they'll have to do when it comes to infrastructure is they're going to have to probably widen McMillan Road.
Oh, for sure. That one is like you drive slow and you watch your mirrors.
Yes. Yeah, even on your motorbike, it's probably a little tight in the shop.
It's a lot of fun on the motorbike.
All right, we should probably take a quick break here. If people want more information about you and what you do as a realtor, where can they go?
MichelleCummins.ca.
We're back with more right after this. And we are back with segment number 2 of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with Michelle Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Now, we talked about some upcoming developments that are moving forward in Abbotsford, but I understand there's also another one in Mission, Michelle.
Yes, the long-awaited Silverdale Development has been adopted. It's amazing. It's happened. It's not hearsay. It really did happen this last week. So the developers have had their eye on this area for a long, long time, almost as long as I can remember. Actually, it's been over 6 decades. It's a long time. The parcels have changed hands a few times, even, and plans have stalled, and the community and council members have remained very skeptical on whether or not, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? But it has been adopted. So the master plan, big master plan, is now in place. So it's the Guy development on 1,800 acres. So got 63 acres in Abbotsford was a lot. This is 1,800 acres and is estimated to double the population of Mission over the next 60 years. So we're talking like 60-year plan here, Curtis.
Yeah, that's a big plan, and that's a long time to put it all together. And I remember it was going to be done in stages from what I recall. But, that's an ambitious project.
Yeah, you know what? Mission is ambitious. We're, an ambitious type of people.
It must be from when you were living there.
Yeah, of course. I leave ambition everywhere I go. Oh, so Mayor Paul Horde, he has said that the passing of Central Neighborhood Plan was like poetry. Isn't that a beautiful way of saying it when you've been long awaiting something?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you couldn't say it any better than that. So the whole conversation of the Silverdale Urban Reserve is the same age as him. 1966 is when the conversation first started. It's like the water plan, the waterfront in Mission. They've been talking about that forever and ever, and it still hasn't gone through. But they are much closer to it as well. So yeah, he grew up with this plan, and so he's excited to see that it's finally been approved. So the master plan, since 2020, it's served as a living document where people have had their say and have been able to look at it. They've been changing it, and it was a guide for the future land use in the area. So when you had asked about infrastructure in Abbotsford, so same thing with this. They always knew it was going to happen, so they were always preparing for it, and making changes along the way as certain one-offs apply for development and things like that, just to keep it, making sure it's part of their greater plan that they're planning on. So 37% of the area, so 675 acres, will remain in its natural state, and another 6% will be dedicated as park space. So that's another 114 acres. So it sounds like a lot, but again, 1,800 acres in total is what we're looking at.
So that would be great. Things like green belts and things like that, as well as parks?
Yes, you got it. And this is great news for those who live in the area that may be thinking of selling, because there's going to be some great development in the area. If you're looking for something a long-term, forever and ever, you're one and forever home and acreage, and you don't want any development around you anywhere, then maybe that's not the place to buy unless you actually want to sell to possibly a developer in the future. This is a long-term plan again. It'll be a while, but this one's going to kind of be sporadic, probably. A little bit here, a little bit there. It's going to be long-term. 3% of the area, which is 54 acres, will be used for public spaces like elementary schools and fire halls, public works yards, community centers, all those things you think about. So there's 3 elementary schools, and I know you had mentioned that, Curtis, and with children, it's something you definitely think about. One of the most biggest buying incentives is good schools in the area and for families. So there's 3 elementary schools, 3 community parks, 2 civic centers, and over 10,400 homes are envisioned for the area. So do I want to be a realtor in the Mission Abbotsford area come in the near future and forever? Yes, I do. I love our area. And I love bringing people from the outside of this area into our area, because it's so exciting to explain to them our community, where it comes from, where it's at, and where it's going in the future. So yeah, very excited about that plan, and so is the staff at the city. So.
Absolutely, and now Mission is a city, right? As they got city designation, just last year?
Yes, it is. It is now the city of Mission City. You got it. And yeah, so that's very exciting. So that's probably the 3 biggest developments in our vicinity and area. But further on to that, if you're interested, Polygon Homes became the largest landowners in Silverdale in 2017. Some history there, and they bought 710 acres of Genstar Development company, which decided to end its development plans for the area in 2015. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, that was big news. I guess there was some, from Genstar Development down in San Diego and up here. Anyways, that was a huge story. And Polygon Homes, this is going to be really good because they're really, really great. And I'm really looking forward to the start of it. And I've got a really beautiful lakefront property there on Silvermere Lake for sale right now, if anybody's interested in a lakefront home in that area. So yeah, so that's the stories about the 3 biggest developments that are happening in the area. I wanted to actually mention that I have a special seminar coming up next month, August, which is just around the corner. But the reason I'm bringing it up is a sellers seminar. It's on August 18th at 7 p.m. and put a mark in your calendars. And the reason this is so important is because right now, with the shift of the market and how it's been, let's say, falling or dropping or adjusting or whatever word you want to use for it, it has been a major shock for sellers. And I'm going to share how do you sell in the best for the highest price possible, quickest amount of time in this type of market. Not only me, but other professionals are going to join me. And so that's going to be August 18th at 7 p.m. And it is a great market to sell in. It really is. You just have to be sharp and know exactly what steps you need to take and me, your realtor, needs to take in order to make sure you make the most money in this type of market. And On the other side of that coin is being a buyer. It is a great time to buy. As an investor, to invest, to buy for your primary residence. It is a great time to buy. So how could it be a great time to buy and sell at the same time? Well, I will explain that at the seminar, and it is true. So now as prices are dropping, just like the stock market, when it drops, this is a great time to buy. You don't want to be the fearful one that tries to pull out, and then what do you do? It's for longevity, unless you need that equity to purchase something else and move forward with your life and plans. So more about that on August 18th. And I wanted to give an attention to realtors out there, because I have a listing that has, catch this, Curtis, have you ever heard of this? $100,000 bonus for selling one of my listings, a certain listing of mine.
$100,000 bonus for selling a listing.
Yes, I have a very amazing, special, one-of-a-kind, unique, so much value in this beautiful property, a specific one, and it's giving realtors $100,000 bonus. Now, share that, how you do with that, what you will, what you want to do with it. But all realtors out there should know, I'm giving $100,000. Call me, contact me for more information, and I will give you information of that listing I'm speaking of.
Hold on one second. I'm just trying to see what I got to do to get my real estate license.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll help you with that. I'm a certified mentor. I'd love to mentor you, Curtis, while you're hosting, while you're doing radio.
Well, for $100K, I'm like, how quick can I get my license is the question.
Yes, you absolutely can. And before you get your license, you want at least 6 months of living expenses ready to go so that you can focus on real estate sales. So
yes, that might be a problem.
Well, $100,000 bonus.
That's true. If I can just sell that right out the gate, then we'd be fine. Okay.
That's right. So talking about listings. So one of my new listings here, I'm going to share two. I don't have any open houses this weekend, everyone. So, stay in and stay cool, or go to the Agri Fair and see Curtis.
Yeah, sure. Swing by Agri Fair this weekend and in the heat and have some fun. I mean, hey, there's lots of ways to cool down there, and there's all kinds of food trucks and animals and concerts and all kinds of fun stuff.
And I love it. I love the Agri Fair. So one of the new listings is a triple garage with a new carriage house on top, and this is an oversized, beautiful triple garage. I mean, I would do my nails and have a pedicure, and that's how nice this I was going to call it a spot. This triple garage is. This property is at 6892 Lougheed Highway out in Agassiz, and it is a 2-story plus walkout basement home that is very shabby chic home. It was built in 1909, and the carriage home just literally in the last few years, it's got wood staircase, it's chandeliers, clawfoot tub. This place is so gorgeous, and the yard is so large, and it's fully fenced, and there's so many bells and whistles to this gorgeous property. It's almost 3,000 square feet, the main house. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it's $1.5 million. So that's a new listing. And then my other new listing is in Mission off Kanaka Terrace. And this one is a stunning 5,000 square foot, 2-story with basement home in a cul-de-sac. So that one has 7 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. Yes, of course, it has a suite, and it's over 5,000 square feet. I already said that. So that one's priced at, though, $1,540,000. So those are the 2 new listings. You'll find that on my website. And I wanted to mention too, though, I've got 2 rentals coming up. Actually, it's right now available in Agassiz. So if you're looking for a 3-bedroom rental with a fully fenced large yard, I've got the place for you. Give me a call. Contact me. Or if you want a 2-bedroom basement suite with, again, a large fenced yard and a good-sized shed, contact me. I got those 2 available right now, and it's got new paint, new flooring. It's nice. Full separate laundry. So there we go. Oh, quote of the week, Curtis. Okay,
yeah, we've got to get a quote of the week in here.
Yeah, okay. So listen to this. Ears open. When one door closes, another door opens, but we so often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we don't see the ones which are open for us. And that is true words from Alexander Graham Bell.
Absolutely. Although usually that's because I've got like my shirt stuck in the closed door and I can't get away from it. But that's just me and my luck.
Well, keep that horseshoe the right side up.
Exactly. I like that. All right. Well, if people want more information about the listings you've talked about and things like that, where can they go?
MichelleCummins.ca.
And join us again next week when we will talk real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, Eureka, like gold mine, gold rush. Oh, and it is, yes. And I brought my metal detector. So I think right now I'm going to go out and go do some metal detecting for some gold because I got gold detection. Yeah. Oh, and I would. I could study for you. Thanks, Curtis. Have a great one. Okay, talk to you later.